Hello and welcome. Over the last few years, we've seen an increased trend in whiskey chilling accessories. You've probably seen them called whiskey stones, whiskey balls, etc. We are here today to recommend the cheapest, most efficient and most delicious way to chill your whiskey. Are you ready? It's called ice. Whiskey wants ice. We would argue that it needs it. A little bit of water melting into whiskey helps it to bloom, by which we mean brings out all the flavors and aromas that sometimes get trapped under the bracing hit of alcohol. Now, no one wants watered down whiskey, so make sure the ice you're using is big. This way, your whiskey will be cold, kissed with enough water to make it perfect, and you'll finish your glass long before the whole ice cube melts. If you must spend money on anything, aside from really great whiskey that is, drop a few dollars on a silicone ice cube tray that will make you big, slow melting, glorious blocks of ice. Should I add water or ice to my whiskey? Is one of the most commonly asked questions about whiskey. Adding water or ice changes a whiskey in both positive and negative ways. Adding nothing. Many whiskey drinkers believe that you should not add any water to your whiskey under any circumstance. This is because you are tasting the whiskey in its true natural form with all of the original distillery characteristics and flavors from the cask in which it has been maturing. Adding water. By adding a few drops of water to a whiskey, you can open up different, new and subtle flavors that you previously had not experienced. By adding some water, this dilutes the alcohol and reduces its effect, giving both the prominent and more subtle flavors a chance to shine. Adding ice. Ice is slightly different. Rather than enhancing flavors, it inhibits them as the ice makes the temperature of the whiskey drop rapidly. It will be a more refreshing drink and calm the burn of alcohol, but can make the whiskey taste dull and flat. The Whiskey Ice Company TM Spherical Ice Ball Maker is the best thing to happen to your favorite drink since, well, ice. No matter whether you drink whiskey or whiskey, scotch, bourbon or any type of cocktail, the Whiskey Ice Company Spherical Ice Ball Maker marries science and design to perfectly chill your beverage of choice with less dilution when compared to regular square ice cubes. But why make spherical ice? What's wrong with regular square ice cubes? The answer is related to the surface area of the ice compared to the amount of liquid in your beverage. The amount of ice controls how cool your drink becomes and how fast it becomes cool. The surface area of the ice controls how fast the ice melts. A sphere has the least amount of surface area of any ice shape, and so the less surface area compared to the amount of liquid, the longer it will take for the ice to melt. Simply put, the Whiskey Ice Company TM Spherical Ice Ball Maker produces ice spheres with less surface area than regular ice and keeps your drink cooler longer with less dilutions.
In a professional way, looking at whiskey, the first thing you want is the correct glassware. And the correct glassware would be a tulip-shaped glass. What we're going to then do is build up some aroma within the body of the glass itself. So if I pour a couple of drams here, and so what you end up with, if you swirl this around, and maybe even put your hand on the top just to allow the whole process to happen, is some of the liquid will evaporate inevitably, and those aroma compounds, those smells, instead of just escaping from the glass, because it's slightly tulip shaped and closed at the top, they'll start to build up within the glass itself, and effectively when you then have a smell of it, you're not just simply smelling the whisky, you're smelling a slightly concentrated version of it. So you're building up a head of aroma within the glass. And the thing we encourage everybody, both professionally within the company and our taste panels and so on, and also consumers, is be free with what you think. It's not, there's no right or wrong answer in terms of how does this whisky smell. It smells exactly how you think it smells, and use any terminology you want. So both from a professional and a personal enjoyment of whisky, I would always recommend adding a little bit of water, because what you're doing is you're opening up the aroma, you're getting a more interesting experience. And in the terms of taste, so if you drink it for an extended period of time at 40%, you gradually can taste less and less and less. Whereas if you drink it between 25–30%, then you'll actually get more flavour. You'll taste more.
Cheers, friends. Good day.